has, and thanks to all of you who are in this room with us today and like for bringing your spirit and your energy and your presence. So it's really great to see old faces and new faces all the time. So with that, good morning, Betty Sue in Austin, Texas. We're so excited to be able to sing with you. Deli, good morning. Mabel, Bob, and the Bears, good morning. Susan G in Ohio, good morning to you. Arlene in Berkeley, California, good morning. Aloysius out in the world, good morning. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Hoda in BC. Bronwyn in BC, Pauline in Newcastle, and all the curly tops. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Dan Walker in VA, good morning, or good afternoon. We're in the same time zone. Sheila in Florida, Sherry in New Hampshire, Rosemary in NYC, Charlotte, Kate in Charlottesville, Virginia, Dawn, solo. Good morning. Bonnie in Boise, Storm, Jamie Dundas in Victoria, Ruth in Birmingham, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Cliff in Vermont, Joanne in Austin. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Let's see, where are we? Cliff in Vermont, you've gone missing. Oh, there you are. Calling people out today. Annette Perone, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Ralph. Hey, Ralph in Victoria. Hello, I see you. Caroline in DC, Susan Miller in Seattle, Brian McLaughlin, Jim in NYC, Ann in Maryland, Kevin Cole, Linda in the Orcas Islands, Kristen, Karen, and Sarah Hardigan, Lorianne Kachina and Courtney, Martha LMG, Jane in Silver Spring, Bob in Albany, L Rose, and Joe Rossi, all in the room and off camera. Thank you so much for being here today. So, I'm going to pass the torch, the end on to Betty Sue, who is, we are so lucky to have with us today, teaching a very beautiful, beautiful song to us all. So sit back, relax, and welcome Betty Sue.
Hi! So good to see you guys. I recognize some of your faces from when I was a guest on the show in, I think in January. Was it February? I think it was January. So it's great to see a lot of you again. I definitely remember all the curly tops. It's so fun to see you guys all crowded together in a screen. It's awesome. And of course, I know Joanna down here in Austin, and apparently there are a few of you that I've met up in Canada before, like for Vancouver Island and stuff like that. So it's good to see you guys again. Anyway, oh, thanks guys. I love seeing the chat come through. So I have a song that's on a new little demos CD of mine that I'm just putting out, and it's kind of about I once heard years ago Lyle Lovett say that one of the reasons he writes songs is because there are things that you want to say to people, or there's somebody in your life you want to say something to and you don't have a great way of saying it, or for some reason you're not able to communicate that to them anymore. And for a long time I was like, I don't know if I identify with that. I think I'm just like writing to write, these stories or these ideas. But then basically you get older, you have more complicated relationships in your life, and you find there are actually a lot of circumstances where there are reasons why you can't tell somebody something that you would like to tell them. And so this song really came from that, and it's called What Songs Are For. And so I'll sing the chorus here, and the title comes in the chorus 3 times. So even if the rest of the chorus goes by quickly, you could probably sing the title at the top and bottom of the chorus. So. That's what songs are for. To say I love you though we've both moved on. That's what songs are for. To say the things I can't say anymore. Well, I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Let's try it again. That's what songs are for. I love you though we've both moved on. That's what songs are for. To say the things I can't say anymore. I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Okay, I saw a lot of your lips moving almost exactly with mine, and I think given the internet lag, you are probably singing exactly with me. So you guys are a quick study. I love it. Okay, I guess do I just dive back into the top of the song and sing the whole thing for
Yeah,
y'all now? Okay,
that was beautiful. I'll post the lyrics to the song in the chat.
awesome. Thanks, Katie. By the way, big shout out to Katie, huh? You guys, everybody. She's amazing. Man, lately you've been looking real good. Cut your hair the way your sister always said you should. Wouldn't have guessed she'd have been right about that, but she was right about a lot of things. Pretty sure she always thought you spent too much on that pretty little diamond ring you gave to me. No point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart in two. Sometimes I just want to let something out to you, and that's what songs are for. Say I love you though we've both moved on. That's what songs are for. Say the things I can't say anymore, but I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. I ran into a friend of yours the other day. It felt strange, he never mentioned your name. Guess there's no good reason we'd have talked about you, but you're the only thing we had. We kinda mumbled and stumbled and got out quick. Left me sad, so many things I wanna ask, but there's no point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart in two. Sometimes I just want to let something out to you, and that's what songs are for. Say I love you though we both moved on. That's what songs are for. Say the things I can't say anymore. I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Will it ever be a little like it used to be? 'Cause I miss my friend who got everything about me. I know we can't go back. I know we can't go back. And there's no point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart too. Sometimes it just wants to let something out to you, and that's what songs are for. Say I love you though we've both moved on. That's what songs are for. Say the things I can't say anymore. Well, I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Yeah, that's what songs are for. Oh, thanks.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, guys.
A lot of love coming in, some hearts on the little Zoom screens. Oh wow. Woo! Mm. So when did you write that?
I'm sorry?
When did you write?
When?
When?
You know, about a year after my divorce, or maybe a little under that, but about a year after my divorce, my ex, who had been my best friend for many, many years, and really through the divorce, we had a pretty friendly divorce process, and stayed friends through it. And then sometime later, when he found his now partner, his new wife, um, they decided that they needed like a clean break, and um, that I was basically, he didn't want to have me in his life anymore. She didn't want me to be in his life anymore, and so it was just kind of a sudden and abrupt ending to this long and treasured friendship, and it was probably the saddest. Um, yeah, it might have been like one of the saddest experiences of my life, really, to suddenly realize, okay, I can't uh, enjoy this friendship with this person who, it's like, for me, I understand that there are some abusive relationships and situations where you really need to cut that person out of your life in order to be healthy. But um, it was very sad to me to think that, this person that you thought you might spend the rest of your life with, like, there are reasons that you wanted to be friends, and because you have a lot of shared interests and a lot of shared memories. And um, so I found it very surprising, and it was kind of an unexpected turn. But I also respect that they needed to figure out the best things for their family, and um, to kind of protect their own hearts and their own minds and everything. So I totally respect it, totally honor it. It's, a different choice than I would have made, but it's totally valid for them. But anyway, I thought, gosh, I really wish I could just tell him um, that it's okay, but I just want him to know that, like, I still hold, positive love in my heart for him, and wish good things for them. Um, and that, yeah, the saddest part of it to me is just not being able to be in friendship relationship anymore.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. I was thinking about this song. It was resonating to me with a personal experience of my own. So I was so curious. Wow. Mm,
Yeah. And then but I think it applies to lots of different kinds of relationships. I think, there are friendships that
mm,
just or people who've passed on, or, just there are lots of relationships where you would love to be able to say, I love you one more time to somebody. And for whatever reason, you're prevented from being able to say it that one more time. And I think that's a pretty universal experience.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. And is this a song that's going to show up on your demo album?
It is, yeah, yeah. So it's on there, and so that album it's out, but it's not. It doesn't stream anywhere. It's just hard copy only. So it's only for folks who still have CD players.
Oh, I do. I also still have a tape player.
So do I. I still have a VCR at my house. I mean, I'm like so old school, but yeah, I wanted to release these songs. It'd been a really long time since I'd released a solo record, and a lot of folks like Joanna, who's on here, have been really patient with me over the years. And so I decided, okay, it's overdue. Let me just like release a bunch of these nice demos that I have, and raise the money that I actually need to release the next studio album.
Mm, mm. Wow.
I love you. It's funny.
Yeah, people are really writing to you. You're gonna have to save this chat.
Yeah, good point. I should do that right now.
Are you doing any in-person shows or anything live in Austin right now?
Yeah, so last month I just started touring again. It was the first big tour since, you know, in the last several years. And it was, it's a bizarre experience being
Yeah.
out there again. And I mean, it's really wonderful to play in rooms again. It's wonderful to hear, the music like in a big space. Just the way the sound reflects in a room, it's so different, and sharing space, like it's kind of a communion that you have, right, with other listeners in the audience. And I was opening for two great songwriters. I did a bunch of dates with James McMurtry, and then a few dates with Chris Smither. They're both major heroes of mine. So I got to experience both, right? Like I got to experience performing again and sharing that with the audience, but then also every night being in the audience and watching these great musicians play. um, there is something about just physically being with other people who connect with that music and listening to it together. It's, I think there's a reason that churches feel that way and why concerts feel that way. There's a reason that humans have that drive and that desire to be in a room together sharing music. Luckily we played pretty much in places where people still were masked and everything, and that definitely made me feel more protected, more safe. And I'm about to go out again, and I'm kind of wondering if that's still going to be the case. I kind of doubt it, honestly, but
the masking.
yeah, the masking. That's kind of the nice thing about being a folk musician, though, is I feel like people are a little bit more cautious, a little bit more, in general, maybe like a little bit more considerate of their fellow music fans and listeners. We're very conscious of being part of a community and not just having a one person going it alone kind of mentality. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about folk music, really, and its community. But yeah, it's magical to have somebody else doing my sound for me instead of like me tinkering with all this stuff at home. And I just want to say, though, that if a bunch of you, if you're not ready to go out again, like, I totally understand that. I hear that. And I don't want you to feel any kind of pressure to go beyond your comfort zone. Like, everybody's going to figure out their own timing. And I'm so grateful for everybody who has been, tuning in to the live streams and still tuning into the live streams, because it's really helpful to still feel connected to people who are far away.
Yeah, that has been really incredible. We've I don't know if you've noticed, if you knew about this, or maybe you're connected with some of the folks in the room, but people have made like real connections in here, and real friendships, and have met in person, some not, but like people are really, yeah. This virtual world has certainly opened up some new possibilities for community, for what community means.
Yeah, it's really true. And, similar to you guys, I hosted a Zoom show really regularly. I didn't do it every day, but I'd had it like once a week for pretty much those first 2 years. And it's true, like when people see each other's little tiny rectangular, with their face in it for every week, and for you guys, I'm sure almost every day, you do become your own little community, like your own little tribe of people who might not have ever met in person before, but now they're people you really care about. When they're missing, you notice, and I think that's been a really special thing to come out of all this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Well, I've put your link to your album in your chat. We're kind of getting to the end here. It's been so nice. I could just sit and listen to you. I love the sound of your voice. um, but I put the link to the album in your chat. Is there any? I'll make sure people know where your website is too. And I guess if folks are in Austin, they can come check you out. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to answer your actual question, which is where am I playing anytime soon? But yeah, I've got a bunch of dates up on the website, and you can find me there. And so I'll be in June. I'll be kind of going all over the place, but yeah.
Ooh, got 'em. Shows. All right. Cool. Well, so check that out, everyone. And and if you feel comfortable doing so.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're in here and we can sing as loud as we want.
Exactly.
And we would love to sing with you again. Will you grace us with some more songs, some more of your songs?
Sure. I can do another song.
And you can do. We'd love to hear what songs are for again, but that's what we usually do. But if you're wanting to sing,
oh no, that would be great, because I was just thinking, the first two songs that are like jumping into my head are really sad, and it would feel like such a downer to end on that note.
No, I said that in a very confusing way. I say things confusing sometimes, so it's not great. Okay, yeah.
No, you're great. You're perfect, Katie.
For again would be amazing, and I'll put the lyrics in the chat again for everyone.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Man, lately you've been looking real good. Cut
cut your hair the way your sister always said you should. Wouldn't have guessed she'd have been right about that, but she was right about a lot of things. Pretty sure she always thought you spent too much on that pretty little diamond ring you gave to me. No point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart in two. Sometimes it just wants to let something out to you. That's what songs are for. To say I love you, though we both moved on. That's what songs are for. To say the things I can't say anymore. Well, I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Ran into a friend of yours the other day. Felt strange, you never mentioned your name. Guess there's no good reason we'd have talked about you, but you're the only thing we had. We kinda mumbled and stumbled and got out quick. Left me sad, so many things I wanna ask, but there's no point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart in two. Sometimes it just wants to let something out to you. That's what songs are for. To say I love you, though we both moved on. That's what songs are for. To say the things I can't say anymore. I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. That's what songs are for. Will it ever be a little like it used to be? 'Cause I miss my friend who got everything about me. No, we can't go back. No, we can't go back. And there's no point in saying this, no one to say it to. Nothing to gain, though it breaks my little heart in two. Sometimes it just wants to let something out to you. That's what songs are for. To say I love you, though we both moved on. That's what songs are for. To say the things I can't say anymore. I can say anything at all in the lines of a song. Baby, that's what songs are for. Yeah, that's what songs are for. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Thanks to all of you, and big applause to all of you guys for singing along. Really great.
Thank you so much for coming in and sharing that song and teaching it to us today. We will be singing it all day.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes. So thank you for coming in. Thank you to everyone for joining us today for our 700, that's almost 800th day at this point.
Amazing.
Yeah, almost 800. So goodbye to everyone on Facebook Live. See you later.